Hey folks, Vortex here and welcome to my review of the Tangzu Waner 2nd gen. So quite curious to this one because obviously the OG model was a great success for being, a good product at a very good price in my opinion. So yeah, I guess this should be a single DD, but obviously we'll see the usual kind of artwork, shall we say. And yeah, as usual, full disclaimers, I'd like to thank Linsol for sending this out to me, so thank you very much. I was not paid to this video, nor thoughts, opinions are my own, as per usual. And yeah, let's just see what these are like. So yeah, usual artwork, should be a single DD, so yeah, let's just get into it. So let's have a look. So usual artwork, as like I said before, not much on the sides. Okay, so mine is the most basic one, which is what I wanted, the 3.5. Yeah. So specs, okay, it looks relatively straightforward. So 19 ohm impedance, cable length is 1.2 meters, which is kind of a standard. Cable spec, silver plated, which seems fine. 20 hertz, 20 kilohertz, which is absolutely fine. Sensitivity is 113.5, and it's obviously the 2nd gen. There's some of their socials, if that really matters. And yeah. Again, I think this is priced on the affordable side. I'll double check when I get through to it. Obviously, that's a good sign. Nothing there. I can see something underneath though, so obviously they just fell out in shipping. But let's see if I can get this out. So yeah, clear. They look relatively, basically the same as the last ones. The driver's meant to be improved somehow. Some sort of mesh or dampening material, which hopefully should be fine. Not much in there, but again, it is what it is. Shell looks fine, no weird fin or anything like that. Obviously I'll get the other one out of there in a bit. So okay, I don't think they really needed to use different boxes at this kind of price point, but if they do it, I'll take it. Some tips in here, I'll have a look at those in a bit. So some different types, look at that in a bit, see what the cable's like. It's been a while since I actually used the original, so let's have a look. Okay, seems fine actually. Got the colours on there, which I do like. Straight 3.5. Hopefully it doesn't get tangled too easy, but yeah, that should be fine. So yeah, obviously I'll look at these tips while I was here in a bit. I don't know, like, lose them on the floor. So yeah, I have no idea what this is like, but I still have the original one graphed as well. Yeah, so yeah, I'll see you next clip. Yeah, so welcome to my review section of the Tangzu Waner 2nd gen. But before we get to that, we'll get to this. So these are the other tips that's included. I think I've seen this a few times. They kind of got that kind of effect on the side. Obviously use what you want to use, but yeah, good tips. But I've gone for, obviously, I use most of my testing with these, and that's that. Let's just move these off the side. So cable, I think it's pretty good. There's one negative, but I'll get to in a sec. So obviously straight 3.5, like strain relief there. Good cable really, especially for the budget end of the market. So yeah, price wise, these are just under £16 for the 3.5 no mic, which this one is technically the cheapest model. So you're looking what, $20 ish, something like that. Obviously wide split, no chin slider, which is what I like. No, because it moves anyway, so what's the point? That's what it looks like on there. So you can see one negative, it's a bit too strong, a little bit, it's not too bad, but yeah, oops. And they look very similar to the previous model. So I'll take these off. But yeah, I'm happy with that. They're not perfect, but for a budget model, that cable's actually not too bad at all. So yeah, like this to say, I'll take these off so you can have a look. So build quality seems pretty good. Seems pretty good for the money. So yeah, shell wise, it's not too bad. I think it benefit more from a slightly longer nozzle. It's a little short. Apart from that, it seems fine. Obviously some kind of dampening material there. So power sensitivity, easy peasy to drive really. They always tend to be, these single DDs. There's nothing really exotic about them, but yeah, absolutely fine really. So timbre on this set, pretty good actually. Sounds a touch touch unnatural, but I'll get to why in a bit really. But technicalities on this set seems good. Detail overall seems pretty good really. It's exactly what I was expected for the kind of price point. Obviously they've got a lot to live up to, because obviously the original came out maybe 2 years ago, 2 and a bit years ago, was obviously a winner for the price, and this does live up to it, but obviously I'll get to that in a bit. Soundstage seems it actually seems pretty good on this set. Imaging seems okay really. Again, it's not groundbreaking. This is modelled as a slight upgrade with the driver over the original. It's not a massive upgrade, it's more of a small upgrade. Anyway, sounds, I'll put the graph up now, and I will put it on with the original so you can see like to like, but that's obviously with my units basically. So yeah, there's the graph. Now you can see first half the graph, it's like basically the same. So yeah, they are a warmer set in that say they can be quite bassy. I like the bass on these. It's really good for electronic music. Obviously, you know, I like electronic, works really well for that. They do bleed a little bit into the mid-range, but it's not too bad. But obviously that helps with the impact of the bass really. They're not bass monsters, but they are a little bit bassy, but I like what they've done really. In a way though, that kind of does counteract the mid-range, because it does, they're not muddy, because it does bleed in it. You do lose a little bit of mid-range clarity. It's kind of a trade-off. I'm happy with the trade-off really. But you can see compared to the original, they are slightly more vocal forward, I found. Not much, just a little bit. So it adds a kind of a, because it has that boost there, it makes it sound a little bit unnatural. Now unfortunately, I can't find my original pair of the Waners. I do have them somewhere, but it's been a while since I've used them. I still do own these, which is, I just can't find them, which is a bit of a shame. But anyway, unfortunately I couldn't compare them back to back. Yeah, so slightly boosted upper mid-range over the original. Again, I can't compare them direct. You can see there's a bit more happening after 10k. Again, take these graphs with a pinch of salt after 10k really. It's just these are a guide anyway, but that I think those peaks do help with the soundstage, and it just sound a bit bigger. Obviously they're not headphones, they're not earbuds, you know. IMs have so much soundstage really, but it does have a bit of an improvement over, as you can visually, over the originals. Again, I can't compare direct unfortunately. Treble actually seems fine. The other one seemed a bit more consistent, as you can see with the blue line. It goes into the present region, then just gradually rolls off. But this one I can't compare direct, but I was really happy with the treble. I didn't really find that much fatigue really, but there's a bit of a glare to the sound, which I think was maybe the boosted upper mid-range, lower treble area. I would have preferred probably that peak a little bit further up, but it is what it is. But yeah, still overall, apart from the negative, they are still a great solid set, and obviously it's good for folks who like some vocals. The female poison on this set isn't too strong, but yeah, overall, not much to say really. It's priced in the budget sector and it performs as well as at least to the original. I don't know if it is technically better. On paper, the driver is technically better, but the tuning, it's just different really. I don't know if it's really better or worse, it's just different. So as a trade-off, I do like it has a bit more stage. On paper, this is on the graph than over the original. But it has that slightly more upper boost on the mid-range, which I don't think it really needed anyway. The last set already had enough as it was, but in my eyes, it's just a bit different. But it's still a good tuning, really. It's still a good product for the money. There's no denying that, really. So yeah, I'll end it there. Stop waffling. So, what do I think of the Tangzu Waner second gen? Like I probably just said, solid one. Opposite again. Things I don't like is the cable. But that's really been kind of nitpicky. It's a bit sharp around. It could be a little bit looser, but not a big deal. Maybe slightly longer nozzle. That I got away with it, but that may or may not be a bit of an issue for you. And probably just the upper mid-range, lower treble area really, and that's it. But yeah, for like just over £16-ish and $20, it's another winner. I think it's a good set. The cable is pretty good, and you get lots of tips, which is hard to deny really, and yeah, I'll end it there. So yeah, another good product. I like how they've released a new one, but it's not actually. Sometimes you release a new product and it's worse than the last one, as in a downgrade. But this isn't a downgrade. So yeah, I think I'll end it there. If you think I missed anything about these, please do let me know in the comments as per usual. Thanks for watching. Take care. See you in the next video.